Hello everybody, we're going to be reading A Squash and a Squeeze today. This book is written by a lady called Julia Donaldson, and the person who drew the pictures in it is called Axel Scheffler, and they wrote lots of books and drew lots of books together, and one of them was The Gruffalo. But today we're going to be reading A Squash and a Squeeze. A little old lady lived all by herself, with a table and chairs and a jug on the shelf. See if you can listen for the words that sound the same. Herself and shelf sounded the same there. A wise old man heard her grumble and grouse. "There's not enough room in my house. Wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." "Take in your hen," said the wise old man. "Take in my hen? What a curious plan." Well, the hen laid an egg on the fireside rug and flapped round the room, knocking over the jug. Oh dear. The little old lady cried, "What shall I do? It was pokey for one, and it's tiny for two. My nose has a tickle and there's no room to sneeze. My house is a squash and a squeeze." And she said, "Wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." "Take in your goat," said the wise old man. "Take in my goat? What a curious plan." Well, the goat chewed the curtains and trod on the egg, then sat down to nibble the table leg. So egg and leg sound the same there. The little old lady cried, "Glory be, it was tiny for two and it's teachy for three. The hen pecks the goat and the goat's got fleas. My house is a squash and a squeeze." And she said, "Wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." "Take in your pig," said the wise old man. "Take in my pig? What a curious plan." So she took in her pig, who kept chasing the hen and raiding the larder again and again, eating all that food. The little old lady cried, "Stop, I implore. It was titchy for three and it's teeny for four. Even the pig in the larder agrees. My house is a squash and a squeeze." And she said, "Wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." "Take in your cow," said the wise old man. "Take in my cow? What a curious plan." Well, the cow took one look and charged straight at the pig, then jumped on the table and tapped out a jig. A jig is like a dance. The little old lady cried, "Heavens alive, it was teeny for four and it's weeny for five. I'm tearing my hair out. I'm down on my knees. My house is a squash and a squeeze." And she said, "Wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." I think he's made her do some really good thinking. Maybe she won't complain anymore. Shall we see what it says? "Take them all out," said the wise old man. "But then I'll be back to where I began." So she opened the window and out flew the hen. "That's better at last. I can sneeze again." She shooed out the goat and she shoved out the pig. My house is beginning to feel pretty big. She huffed and she puffed and she pushed out the cow. Cows aren't small to move. "Just look at my house. It's enormous now." Cow and now, they sound the same. "Thank you, old man, for the work you have done. It was weeny for five, gigantic for one. There's no need to grumble and there's no need to grouse. There's plenty of room in my house." I can see what he was doing there. He was making her think about how much space she really had by filling it with all the other animals. She's quite happy now. And now she's full of frolics and fiddle-dee-dees. It isn't a squash, it isn't a squeeze. Yes, she's full of frolics and fiddle-dee-dees. It isn't a squash, it isn't a squeeze. And that is the end of the book called A Squash and a Squeeze. And that's a really nice picture on the back, isn't it? What a wonderful book. We all love that at Mayflower, and it's quite an old book again. It's been read loads and loads of times to lots of children. Thanks ever so much for listening, and I hope you're still having fun in the sun. Bye for now.